There you go, that was exciting, wasn't it? That was a hell of an intro. Good afternoon, guys. Once again, welcome to not quite another review, but it's more of a catch-up from me, Matt, the Bearded Berserker. So I've been trawling through all my old reviews and stuff that I've done in the past and everything. And there is one that seems to pop up every day. Gets lots and lots of views. I've literally had to turn the comments off on it because I was getting bombarded with really positive feedback and really negative feedback. Not on myself, but on the product in question. Done this review, I think it was like middle of last year or something like that. And so I thought, to add insult to injury, or injury to insult, I don't know, whatever, I would do like a catch-up review on this particular thing that I reviewed. Now, it's from a brand called Coolina. Handmade knives in the US. They were very kindly enough to send me through one of their knives to have a look at, see what I think of, and give you guys my honest opinion. Now, with all the reviews that I do on my channel, yeah, there ain't no flashy graphics, intros, outros, and all of that. The reason I set this up is to purely do what I can to help support, promote, and advertise only small brands, individuals, and craftsmen out there. So this brand, Coolina, got in touch with me. By the way, if you haven't seen it, the review is still live on my YouTube channel. Please check it out for the full review on the product. But a lot of people, it was kind of like one of those videos that I've done where people either hated the knife or they really liked the knife. Literally every time I was waking up in the morning and putting on, sort of checking out and see what's going off the night before, because obviously I have viewers all over the world, in the US, the UK, Europe, and everywhere, that there was always like 2 or 3 comments about it saying it's really shit or it's really good and everything. So all the reviews I do on my channel always have been, always will be completely honest. Everything's completely unbiased and everything I do is my own opinion. So I've done a review of the knife, and this is kind of a bit of a catch up to what I think of the knife itself, all right? So this knife, I'll go through the prices as well. The price of the knife is called the Promaja. Apparently won a best knife thingy, or voted one of the best knives of 2018. Bear in mind, we are 2020. Retails on the website $195.99. It's on sale at the moment at $79.99. I've put it through a currency converter, so just before doing this video, so it's working out £146.76, give or take, or £59.90. It's on sale. So this was a knife that was sent through. I have used it a lot because I wanted to get the opinions for myself. A lot of people were saying, well, it's not Japanese steel, it's not this, it's just another cheap knife brand. A lot of people were saying it was a good knife. A lot of people said it didn't need sharpening. And I've used this. I've used this a hell of a lot. Literally, from meat to vegetables, you know, it was slinging it around, throwing it around. And one thing I am surprised with, which hasn't happened as yet, is on the original video, I thought that they could have done with some reinforcement on the actual canvas blade thing, because I thought eventually it would cut through, but it hasn't. And this is the state of the knife now. I've not sharpened it. I've not done anything to it. What do I think of the actual knife? As you can see, it's kind of got a bit of rust to it. I do treat it with oil, and I have no need to sharpen it because I haven't tried slamming it through bone and stuff like that. I did do an original review and stuff, but I've used this quite a lot. What do I think of it? Now, I have another knife. I know it's not the same knife, but I've had this knife because I used to be a chef. Back in the day, I did actually used to be a chef. When I come out of the fire service, I had no crappy idea what to do in my life. My dad was a head chef of a hotel, and he took me in under his wing, bless him, and taught me how to cook and be a chef. This one, a lot of people have asked about this one. It's called a Pro Wave. I don't know whether you can just about see it on there, what's left of it, Pro Wave something or other. This is one that I got when I was sort of first, must have been, this knife is at least 20 years old now. I know it's semi-serrated, you can see that on the blade. Well, if I turn it around that way, you'll probably be able to see it a bit more. Semi-serrated, so I know it's not in the same vein as this knife. I'm not saying it is. The handle's starting to split down the side because there's only rubber grip on there. But it was a cheap knife. I think it cost me 20, 30 quid, but it's lasted me. So, in my opinion, paying hundreds upon hundreds of pounds on Sabatier knives or whatever, it's all down to the individual and what the individual likes. This is kind of my all-round knife. It's not really a paring knife or peeling knife or something like that. But it was a good knife. Now this one, God, my hand still hurts. I don't know what to make of it. You know, I think this is one of those knives that, yes, it's good. I haven't had to sharpen it. As you can see, I've definitely used it and it's definitely been worn in and everything like that. I will at some point sand it down or something, but it's solidly made. I have to admit that. I've had no problems at all with washing it, drying it, the handle splitting, cracking. None of the rivets have popped out or anything. Not rivets, but you know what I mean, the brass things that hold the actual handle in place. It's fairly ergonomically decent to use. I've not cut my hand open, which is something that I'm one of these people that I'll never cut my hand open on a knife, but I'll cut my hand open on something stupid that I didn't even realise that couldn't cut. I think it's all right. I mean, it's a very rustic looking knife. Don't get me wrong, and it's one of those ones that I'm sure that you could go outside and smack bits of wood with it and everything like that. I mean, is it worth $195.99? And the thing is, it's like saying, how much is a piece of artwork, you know, worth to you? It depends on whether you like it, whether it's into for what you're into. It's a good knife. It's held its blade. There's no cracks down the blade or anything like that. I've used it on wooden and glass chopping boards. There are divots taken out of it because apparently this is some form of steel done in the Japanese tradition. And I don't know about stuff like that, right? I ain't no forging knife smith or anything at all. I'm just giving you, as a consumer, what I think. I couldn't give a shit whether it's folded steel, whatever it is. If you guys out there that are watching the video, I'm sure you know. I'm sure you guys, there are people out there that make knives for a living and stuff that will know. But I'm purely a consumer. I see something that I think, oh, that's quite cool, when I go out shopping and I buy it. Is this worth £195? It's a good knife, but considering this one 20 odd years ago cost me 30 quid and it's still going strong and still sharp as buggery, even though the handle is splitting, but that's I expect that over the years. I think this is a really good knife. Would I pay £195 on this? Possibly not. In the sale, would I pay $79.99? Maybe. But I find it's a good knife. I'm just purely going on the knife itself, okay? I'm not going on the company and what the company says and the brand says. I'm going on me using it, what I think of it. No bullshit at all. I haven't had to sharpen it. They do say with their products that they do rust and it kind of adds to the patina and everything else, which I will sand down eventually and retreat it with oil. But at the same point, with this knife, I've never had to oil it or anything like that, and it hasn't gone rusty. It's down to personal opinion. If I'm going outside doing a barbecue and hacking up ribs and stuff like that and chopping up bits of meat, great. Slicing and dicing, fine. If I'm going to be sitting there peeling an apple, probably ain't going to be using this. And it all depends on what you're into, you know, because there's so many fake brands out there. There's so many real brands out there. It's very hard from someone that doesn't know enough about something to say whether it's true, whether it's false. There you go. It's still doing well. Like I said, it does need a damn clean up. But I wanted to kind of do as little to it as possible so I could show you guys the actual knife, because I know a lot of people have been sort of asking, well, how's the knife going? What's the knife like now? Still bloody sharp. Got a nice ping sound to it, whatever that means. I know they do on Forged in Fire, because I do watch that occasionally where they run. I don't know whether it's hardened steel or whatever. Blade is really good on there. There's no folding of the actual edge itself. Still razor sharp. There you go. So if you're looking for a hard wearing knife, so far, nearly a year later, it's doing well. There you go. Please comment down below. I will read and respond to each and every single comment that is made. But this is just to catch up with a knife, because this is one knife that was certainly dividing the review, if you know what I mean. A lot of people were going, well, it's really shit, it's not good quality and everything else. And a lot of people were turning around saying, well, it is a good knife. I've used it a lot and haven't had to sharpen it. So far, it's held up. Yeah, like I say, I'm not trying to chop down trees with it or anything like that, or break it to destruction, because everything in life will break. Everything in life breaks down. Humans do. Technology does. Tools do. Eventually it will fail. But for the part, like I say, there's no separation between the blade and the handle, so any germs and grubbiness can go in there. The blade itself has got like a rustic look to it. I don't know whether you can see sort of like the divots and stuff that are in there. So I think if you're looking for a good outdoor bushcraft knife, great. If you're looking for something that's not going to sort of rust and everything else, then there are, I would not possibly take this if I was a chef to use in a clean, sanitized chefing, kitchen, working environment, because in my opinion, yeah, everything gets thoroughly sanitized afterwards, but if you've got like pot marks and stuff like that in there, then it is a place where bacteria is going to get in, get under the metal and stuff like that, which could be a problem with cross-contamination and everything else. As far as the blade work goes, it's fine, it's great. I do have a separate cleaver in a, what are they called? I've got a massive knife set in the bedroom. What's the name of it? I don't know. A proper cleaver for doing that sort of thing. So it's a good knife. It's okay. It does what it says on the tin. But I'll leave it up to your judgment. Don't judge me on it, because I'm just showing you what this is like after nearly a year's worth of use. You can make up your own minds on it, because you're sensible people. You've got your own ideas on what you like and what you don't like. So I'm just showing you what the knife's like, okay? And just doing a catch-up video. If it suddenly explodes next time I'm using it, then I'll do a catch-up video again to say, yeah, it's broken, it's knackered. But there you go. That is the Coolina Promaja knife. Catch-up review. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please comment down below. I will read and respond to each and every single comment that's made. Like I say, this ain't me. I'm just telling you what the company says in their notes, and this is the knife that they sent through that I reviewed a year ago. Have a good one, guys. Whatever you're doing out there, whatever you... Put that down and slice my finger off. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're getting up to, keep on taking care of each other, keep on helping, supporting each other, and above all, keep on loving each other, because you only live once. Make the most of it. Thank you guys for joining me for this little catch-up video this afternoon. I'm now going to have some chill-out time. Got a couple more reviews to do and get the Christmas bits and pieces ready. Have a great one, guys. Thank you so much. Links down below to Coolina.